Welcome. In this video I'll be showing you 10 free MMORPGs that you can play on GeForce NOW. If you don't know what GeForce NOW is, here's a quick guide. Basically, Nvidia released this cloud gaming platform called GeForce NOW that allows people to play games in the cloud on their very powerful rigs. That means you can jump into graphically intensive games that you probably can't run on your PC or laptop and enjoy them on their max settings with very little latency or input lag. All of this instantly and without having to download them locally. This of course requires you to have a stable and somewhat fast internet connection for it to properly run. You can use GeForce NOW for free, but it limits you to 1 hour playing sessions. After your hour's up, you'll have to relaunch the game. There are possible queues that can appear as a free user, however. You can also pay a monthly subscription of $10 per month and enjoy 6-hour sessions of uninterrupted gameplay. So, let's move on to the list of free MMORPGs. Starting off at number 10, we have Albion Online, which is a sandbox MMORPG that is extremely popular nowadays. A lot of people love it, but a lot of people also hate it. The reason is because it offers full loot PvP in most of its high-end zones. In Albion, you have the freedom to do whatever you want, however you want it. You're not being handheld, you have no quests, and you can essentially focus all your time on either PvE, PvP, crafting, or all of these at the same time. You will need to create an account on the game in order to play it, as you won't be playing on the Steam version. The game features cross-platform play, so you will be able to play alongside both PC, Steam, and mobile users. You can also use that same account if you want to switch to mobile. Moving on to number 9, we have Guild Wars 2. This MMORPG was initially on a buy-to-play plan, meaning you had to buy the game in order to play it, but after some years it switched to a core free-to-play model. That means that you can enjoy the core Guild Wars 2 content up to level 80, but if you want to unlock all the content, you will have to purchase its expansion packs. Guild Wars 2 is a very atmospheric game as it relies a lot on casual gameplay rather than focusing on a competitive one. You can fight to be the best when it comes to PvE and PvP, however, but it's not the main focus for a lot of players. There's a lot of exploration to be done and great stories to uncover that will keep you busy for a while even on the core game if you decide to jump on it. On number 8 we have Runescape and Old School Runescape. I'm listing them both on a single spot because it's mostly based on preference on which version you want to play. Both Runescape and Old School Runescape are available to play on GeForce NOW. You will need a Steam account in order to play, as you'll be signing in through their Steam versions. Also, it's worth mentioning that both games are free to play, but in order to unlock all the content you will need to purchase subscriptions. Then again, they both offer a lot of content as a free to play user. On the 7th spot we have Rift, which was first released as a monthly subscription MMORPG, but unfortunately for them, it didn't really work out well. They've decided to go with a free-to-play model and an optional subscription in case you want to unlock all the goodies. While its population is not exactly what it used to be, it's still a very fun, polished, and really atmospheric MMORPG that you should definitely try at least once. And hey, it's free. I remember there was quite a lot of hype for it back then when it was released. I haven't played it in years, so unfortunately I don't know the exact details on how the game's doing aside from its population issues. I can however say that it's worth trying at least once. Switching up to number 6, we have Metin 2, which may be almost legal age old right now, but still, it's immensely popular in some countries. It's an old school grind focused MMORPG that's surprisingly also available on GeForce NOW. You don't need a high-end PC to play it, and the game is not even that big, but hey, why not? Keep in mind that the game itself is pay to win from what I noticed, but that's to be expected of a game this old and free to play for that matter. If you're wondering what version of Metin 2 you're going to play on, the answer is the Steam one. This is worth mentioning because a good majority of the active player base that the game still has spends their time on private servers, instead of official ones. The number 5 spot is taken by Tree of Savior, which is a free MMORPG that has a really pleasing art style. It suffered for a while when it launched, like many other games out there, but it still has a dedicated player base that sticks with the game through the good and the bad. A lot of the players that came on Tree of Savior are longtime Ragnarok Online fans. I personally played this game when it launched, and coming back to it recently I can already see huge changes, which makes me feel like I'm playing a somewhat different game already. I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing, but I'll let you decide if you ever give it a shot. Tree of Savior is available on Steam, and that's the version you're going to be playing on GeForce NOW. On number 4 we have Neverwinter, which is an interesting MMORPG that has been around since 2013. It is highly praised by some of its players for its smooth combat system and role-playing features that it offers. While the game is free to play, it does offer subscription-based options which can enhance the experience you can have overall. There's still an active player base from what I've read, and the developers still push out content and quality of life updates. I personally haven't played Neverwinter much before, so I don't know a lot about it, but going in blind is one of the great things about starting a new MMO, so I'll let you decide. Secret World Legends is placed on number 3. This is a game that was initially subscription based but then switched to a free-to-play model. It's an interesting fantasy game combined with modern day aspects. While the population is low right now, there's still people around to do content with. If you really want to be social, you can join the Discord server and the Sanctuary chat endgame, where you can always find people to chat or play with. The game is definitely worth a shot just for its uniqueness and story-driven elements. You can find Secret World Legends on Steam and learn more about it there. TERA is a very dynamic combat system and is no stranger to a lot of MMORPG fans, so it's worth adding it to the list as well on number 2. While the population is barely alive to keep the game running these days, you could try it at least once. The developers are still advertising the game and pushing out content updates, so there's still a little bit of hope there. They're also working on a new game called Albion Online, which I'd rather not talk about it yet, as we don't know much except that it's going to have a buy-to-play plan and a cash shop. But anyways, you can find TERA on Steam and learn more about it there. And on the last spot, but not the best spot, as this is not a top 10 list, we have SkyForge. SkyForge is a free MMORPG that's developed by the same guys behind Albion Online, and that's not exactly a good thing. The game is full with pay-to-win opportunities all over the place, but its gameplay is interesting. A lot of the features from this game can be unlocked through either a lot of grind, like a lot of it, or a few dollars into their cash shop. The tricky part, however, is that there's barely enough people around to play with. This can be quite the problem because you will need to do group-based content in order to advance, from what I'm reading in the reviews, as I haven't played the game myself much. There's also some stupid features, such as not being able to delete a character for some reason. So yeah, this game is probably not worth playing long term. This has been my list of 10 free MMORPGs that you can play on GeForce NOW. You might have noticed I've included a few games that are either on the brink of death or barely staying alive. This is because the list of free MMORPGs on this cloud platform is not that big. Then again, getting inside any of these games takes less than 3 minutes, since you don't need to download them, and creating an account is a very easy step. You can find more information about each game, such as the links to their pages, on my website in the description down below. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know down in the comments section if you've played any of these games and if you would recommend them to other people, as that would help them a lot getting to know another opinion. If you have enjoyed this video, I would very much appreciate it if you could press the like button and maybe even subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this in the future. I'm Cloaked, your host, and I'll see you in the next video.